play at a pretty slow tempo. It's not like their comeback is going to be like going for lots of smoke ganks. They've got a Darkseer who needs levels and farms, Shadow Fiend who also needs to get at least level 7, so I don't really see this lineup having the ability to make counterplays outside of Gyro's level 6.
They're going to try to punish Fata again. The charge goes in. They need a bash here for sure to even have a shot, and not going to happen.
And Fata going for it early.
He's going for super! Oh, nice cold embrace. I was like, Fata, man, that's really bold. If they get a bash here, he's dead. Bash? No, maybe not with the stick charges. Might be able to barely survive. Raise! Very well done by Super, and will be enough to get the kill. Haste turn will spawn, and it will be Fenrir to grab it. So the tri-lane mid, GoDz, it is allowing the Shadow Fiend to at least stay somewhat relevant. Up to 700 gold now, but it's also freeing up Mind Control bottom, as well as your Necrophos for Matumba Man top.
Unfortunately for Super, he didn't get the last hit on the Viper. I don't even know if he got XP and gold from the AoE there. I think he was just out of range, which makes his life continue
a
to be
living
very
hell.
difficult. Yeah, it's still going to be rough. Viper here has, because of the 3 points in poison attack, is very vulnerable to these ganks, and that's where we are seeing Vici Gaming get some kind of counter kills on him now. They're bringing 3 heroes mid, and this is kind of taking note of the build that Fata went for and able to at least fix some of the early game problems they were having with the laning stage.
So as bad as this laning stage looks, I do feel like the Vici Gaming lineup is the type of draft that can, I won't say easily come back, but that is very adept at turning games around. You've got the massive AoE team fight. Great setup for it. Sure, these heroes are somewhat farm dependent, but as soon as Gyro hits level 6, Darkseer gets a couple of points in vacuum, and you get Winter's Curse. That's probably the biggest one, and FY is already level 5, mind you, at 7 minutes in. Then they can potentially win a gigantic fight and turn the game. So as bad as it looks right now, by no means are they out of it.
Oh, no.
But it's hard not to tilt in this situation.
Very much all it takes is that one Gyrocopter TP rotation. They may not even have to wait for like points in the vacuum or a Winter's Curse. If Burning just sees an opening somewhere on the map, he TPs in, gets even just 1 kill on a core hero like Viper or Necrophos, ideally get a couple, suddenly that's 1,000 gold swing and you're looking at an almost even game. So what's this lead that Liquid have is very quickly and easily lost because of Gyrocopter's power, even without farm.
And they do have access to call down now. Mind Control, cracking level 6, will skill up the ultimate. But FY definitely could be the savior. You know, he's come to play, and when Vici Gaming have needed big individuals stepping up from a support, definitely could be an opportunity again. They have vision of him, though. Using that Splinter Blast to try to farm a stack in Mind Control. He will snag a double damager, and he starts hunting. He's at least going to look to steal the stack. He does get charged, though. Another Splinter Blast flying through. That is a warning shot. Mind Control not abiding by it for now. That charge coming over the tree line. No vision, and we'll get hit once. They're going to need a bash or two. Won't get it. But at the very least, they managed to somewhat secure the rest of the jungle. Yeah. Which Super will be happy about.
Just been a constant pest here. This is an offlane Queen of Pain with, 1 kill, 1 assist, and the death is very much to his team's advantage, and already 34 last hits. So we'll hit level 6, smoke up with Jerax, and these two are looking for a kill. This is where ganking Burning is an amazing play. You go somewhere else and he's the TP counter gank. It looks like they will swing back mid, but this to me is the riskier option because they do expose themselves, especially going into where Super's farming now in the neutrals, to that TP rotation from Gyrocopter. So if I'm Liquid, I'd be saying, let's go gank Gyro because that means he's not counter ganking us. And
also means you might kill the Wyvern before he gets to use Winter's Curse, although now he is level 6, so perhaps a slightly missed opportunity. FY going to run into Mind Control. He could commit the curse here, but Mind Control doesn't want to pursue it. Afraid about backup. Will retreat in the end. So Jerax now going to do a bit of dewarding. Courier assisting him in this effort. And Super will begin to clear out his stacks as he has the long, arduous journey towards a comeback still ahead of him. Well, things have settled down. God, that was a crazy start, but everyone a lot calmer now. They're going to pull the aggressive maneuver here. Bring Burning in a little bit later than the normal C-deck timing, but they want to start fighting around the call down, and this is probably their best play, I would say, overall.
And I've seen Vici Gaming do this as well as a few of the other Chinese teams. They'll actually give Winter Wyvern like the safe lane when the Gyro rotates off, despite him already being level 6. He ends up being the TP rotation, whereas Gyrocopter is leading the smoke charge to the enemy jungle. So Wyvern, a hero that can benefit a lot from like a fast Glimmer Cape, has the spam from Splinter Blast to push out the lane as well.
Charging into Matumba Man, called undeployed. Undyne's going to TP into it. Oh, just kidding. Kuroki thinks better of it.
Yeah, this is just really crisp play coming out from Vici Gaming after the poor start. Keeping FY bottom, he'll just continue to Soul Ring, Splinter Blast, spam out the lane. can defend the tower pretty well on his own. And even if Liquid do 3-4-man rotate to kill him, it's not really a big problem for Vici Gaming. Losing FY as their kind of 4 position support doesn't really compare to losing your safe lane farming Necrophos.
They're going to allow Super to clear out his triple stack, though. The climb back continues, GoDz. Yeah. After what looked like one of the worst starts in the history of Shadow Fiend. He's only 1,000 down on the Viper. He's making his way back in. Do you feel like Liquid are getting a little bit too complacent? Do they need to be putting more pressure out, or is this okay?
I don't feel like it's complacency so much. They have tried to go aggressive. They'll now do so and bring down super mid. Like, they used to smoke earlier, went through the enemy jungle hoping to get a pick off and just didn't find anyone. And they also knew they didn't want to go near towers or like dive around the big camp on the Radiant jungle at the far left, because that's a death pit for them. They go there, Gyro TP's in, so they tried to remain aggressive while being somewhat calculated in their aggression, and it didn't work out for them. They didn't execute on their ganks and their smoke rotation.
They're going to TP the Wyvern in mid lane. Glyph was already popped, though. So FY just ensuring they don't go for tier 2, but missed the kill top as Jerax gets run down. Charge, another strike, and no cooldown. Just looks like a rocket barrage. Looks like they want to steal some Dire stacks, but moving into position, mind control. They want to contest this. Ice, playing the comeback game up to 1,500 gold. He's going to snag a regen. That's pretty sweet. Heals him right back up to full, and his own Ochre Bruiser working against mind control.
And Liquid have slowed down the pace a lot here. Looking around at some of the items they have coming their way, it doesn't look like they're going to have a fast mech timing on anyone. They've gone for a Midas on Matumba Man, signaling they will be kind of playing more of the farm game for this period of time. I think they do want to, like, even if they're going for these more farm-centric items, they still want to look for pick-offs, use the Sonic Wave somewhat liberally, even if it's just for, like, a solo kill on a, like, utility hero. You solo kill a Darkseer or a Spirit Breaker, you can slow down some of their item progression. They don't want to just entirely sit back and farm all 5 heroes. That, to me, has sometimes been their downfall. Some of the Razor games where they've started losing, it just feels like, yeah, Fata knows that to remain relevant on Razor, he has to farm a ton and just power through the jungle, but you can't have the entire team playing that farm-centric Dota.
Well, Vici Gaming certainly are doing their best. They've got the Wyvern farming one lane, the Darkseer up top for Ice. Super clearing out the bottom lane. Fenrir and Burning for now grouped up together, but Burning has been getting aggressive in the enemy jungle. Now we may see our first smoke gank with a Winter's Curse and a cooldown, GoDz. Yep. Big opportunity here. The Vacuum's only level 2 if they want to head Ice's way. Seems that is the choice.
And they make a point to show 2 heroes on the map as well. So they show Super bottom. Ice while he's in fog at top. His Iron Shell on the creep pseudo reveals his position. And Liquid then will be under the impression that Vici Gaming is somewhat split apart on the map.
Matumba Man, he's not buying it. He's hiding.
Yeah. Super alone showing at bottom was just a bit too fishy, it seems. And he hasn't shown now for like almost a minute.
This is an interesting time to gank, though. Mech is almost done. They're going to commit for it. They dive on a Super. They get off, or a Matumba Man, rather. They get off the Winter's Curse. Cooldown was deployed. Jerax jumps into it. It's an ambush. It's a trap. 2 down. Mind control looking for the turn. They are going to get Ice on the way out. Now Burning in danger, getting kited a bit by the Viper. Fenrir also in trouble. They're going to lose 3. Kuroki lips away, and now FY has got to run, but there's a lone zombie harassing him. Blink, as well as a Shadow Strike up soon. He's got a TP now, and he'll just go for the TP out. Looks like he should barely make it. But Super is at least getting a little me time. Big overextension there from Vici in the end, though, is they drop 3.
Yeah, they really felt like they had to force, and they knew they could bring down Matumba Man before any TPs even arrived. Not only do they bring down Matumba Man, they bring down the first TPing hero in the Bane. So they're thinking, great, we just actually killed the 2 heroes who are here, but the follow-up TPs were the problem heroes. If someone else other than Bane TP'd in first and died, I think that fight is lost for Liquid, but the Bane dying meant the Viper and the Queen of Pain could just clean up.
Super nowhere to run with the ultimate available from the Necrophos. Does manage to get off his Requiem, but still down for 70 seconds at 14 minutes.
It's problematic.
That is definitely problematic. So Matumba Man goes Midas. Pretty standard Necro build in the safe lane nowadays.
Fata goes SMY. You know, Fata used to love his mech. Nowadays, it seems the SMY has replaced the mech in his heart as just that Fata item. He is Mr. SMY.
What makes an item a Fata item?
He just buys it every game, regardless of hero. Viper.
That's a boring answer. I thought you had something clever planned.
No.
You disappoint me, GoDz.
He used to go mech on like Dragon Knight. It used to go
oh yeah, the troll mech.
Troll Warlord mech. I mean, that was It was like getting a Fata mech was a thing. Like playing like a mid hero that doesn't normally go mech and you get a mech, that's a Fata mech.
Yeah, then Mushi did the old Shadow Fiend mech, and the rest was history. They will deward over near the Ancients, it seems. Spirit Breaker, Fenrir galloping towards top. The game settles into a more slow-paced rhythm. A slight lead for Liquid, but